Hi guys, it's your girl Shaquina Lewis and I am back with another video. Guys, thank you for all the positive feedback, all the words of encouragement. This week I've gotten so much positivity back, man, thank you guys. And that just encourages me to do more of these, Like I said in my last video, I don't care if 200 people or I don't care if 2 people watch the video. If at least one person is getting edified, then my job is getting done. So thank you guys so much. Thank you. All right, so today we're going to talk about the wise woman versus the foolish woman out of Proverbs 14 verse 1. Today's topic is very dear to my heart because I've been working on myself in this area. I've been working on myself to be a better mom to my children. I've been trying to put my pride down and be a better wife to my husband in the areas that I lack. And I thought while I was reading this, I thought it would be nice to share with you guys, what it means to be a wise woman and what it means to be a foolish woman. And if you feel like at the end of this video your characteristics or what you've been doing demonstrates a foolish woman, that's okay. There's still time. As long as you're breathing, you're alive, there's still time to make a change for yourself. All right. So we're going to read today Proverbs 14 verse 1. I'm not going to keep you long, just a few minutes. All right. So Proverbs 14 verse 1, it reads, "The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands, the foolish one tears her down." Okay. The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands, the foolish one tears hers down. All right. So in this verse, we see 2 types of women. We see the wise woman and we see the foolish woman. Which type of woman are you? Okay. So to begin, what is the definition of wise or wisdom or being a wise woman? It says having or showing experience, knowledge, and good judgment. Now, foolish, obviously the opposite, lacking good sense of judgment. All right. So we're going to start with the wise woman. It says a wise woman builds. Before we can even go any further, the fact that this woman is called wise, it indicates that she fears the Lord. Point blank, period. In order for you to be a wise woman, a woman of wisdom, you must fear the Lord. You must have reverence towards the Lord. You must obey the Lord. All right? Because if you are able to obey the Lord, fear the Lord, there are certain things off rip that you are not going to do because you have the fear of the Lord inside of you. Does that make sense? All right. So before we even get any further, do you fear the Lord? Do you obey the Lord? Are you in reverence with the Lord? Okay. All right. She builds her house, making her entire household thrive. Do you take pleasure in seeing your family thrive? Do you take pleasure in seeing your husband thrive, your husband make it, your husband successful, your husband, do you take pride in that to see your husband, that's my husband. He's doing this. That's my husband. He's a fearing man of God. That's my husband. When he talks, when he speaks, are you feel the joy? Your children, when your children are striving in school, when your children are in the top of their class, do you take pride in that? To see your family thrive. Do you do anything in your power to create an environment to allow your family, your husband, your children to thrive? Okay. As you can see the way I'm talking, I take pride when I see my husband going somewhere and I know that's my husband and he's doing his thing. I take pride when I see my children, has made the honor roll, or my children has succeeded in this task, or my children are showing kindness, or my children are demonstrating love towards others. Do you take pride in seeing your family thrive? Okay. The wise woman cares for her home, and that's a big thing. In that, the first one I would like to break down is, are you using your resources wisely? That's a big one. Are you the type of woman who waste let's talk financially. Who wastes money? Who doesn't save for rainy days? For an example, your household enters, let's say, $5,000 a month. Your bills are for, let's say, 4,000 or however much. When a bill is due, because in my household, I'm the one who make sure all the bills get paid. When I say make sure all the bills get paid, like I know the first I gotta pay the mortgage. I know this day I gotta pay the car. I know this day I gotta pay. I'm the one who's managing that in my household. So in that, are you a new bag came out, a new purse came out? Are you neglecting making sure that bill is paid just to rock that new bag? Are you neglecting that bill to get paid just because you want to get that $300 wig? Or, if you have the means for it, if you can afford that, there's no problem with that. If you can go out and buy whatever you want, there's no problem with that. But are you using your resources wisely? Are you a mother or are you a wife who is wasting your resources? You know what I'm saying? Because there's rainy days. Today you may be thriving, you may be on top of the world financially, but tomorrow you don't know what can happen tomorrow. That good job that you're in, you don't know if you're gonna be in that good job. You don't know. Are you set to, let's say you lose your job, your husband lose your job, to make sure your bills are paid for 6 months? An advice my mother gave me when we bought our first home. My mother gave me this advice, and that woman is a wise woman, okay? She gave me an advice. For example, let's say me and my husband, we make $5,000 a year. This is just an example. Never get your bills to $5,000, if that makes sense. If you make $5,000, never have your bills to $5,000. All right. If two of you guys are working, if my husband is working, I'm working, never set your bills or your budget on two incomes. Always set it on one income, and always try to set it on the least income, because you never know. Life, we both can be working. Tomorrow, he's out of work. I'm out of work. And because we made our bills or our budget on one income, even though one person's out of work, we good. You should still be good. You should always have, you know how much you should have in the bank? They say 3 months, but I say 6 months. 3 to 6 months. How about that? You should have the amount your bills are every month times 3 times 6 in the bank. So just in case one of us are not working, one of us loses our job, one of us gets hurt, our bills are still paid. Our bills can be, our finances will still be taken care of. So are you a woman who is thinking about all of that? Are you a woman who's thinking about, if my husband stops working or can't work, what are we going to do? And I'm not saying it's just the woman's job. No, it's the husband's job. It's the woman's job. But I'm talking to you, woman. Here, the scripture says wise woman. It doesn't say wise man. It says wise woman. Are you using your resources wisely? Are you the type of woman who is making sure when their family comes home, they have a home cooked meal? Or are you the type of woman every single day you're ordering out, you're eating out, you're eating out, you're eating out? Guys, that adds up. Eating out today, eating out tomorrow, that adds up. And again, I'm not against you eating out with your family, with your husband. I'm not against that. But are you using your resources wisely? Are you trying to make yourself look good, but you can't even pay your bills? Are you trying to rock that new bag, that new hairdo, but you're living paycheck to paycheck? You can't even afford, to do this, to do that. That's what I mean by using your resources wisely. It goes on to say she builds her home by making wise choices in her relationships and her children. Your relationship, your husband's. Can your husband count on you to give sound advice? To let him, when he can't see something or see something at that moment? Are you there to be able to shine the light in that situation? You know, are you the type of woman who is always nagging your husband? That's one thing I learned. Men don't like that. When your husband comes home, is your husband happy to come home? Is he happy when he comes in the house to see you? Is he happy? Do you present a nurturing environment for him? Or when he comes home, are you already nagging, talking? And we know us women, we know how to talk. We do a lot of talking. I know, trust me, I know I talk a lot. You know, there's a time for that, but are you always nagging the poor man? Are you always nagging, reminding him he's doing this wrong, he's doing that wrong, but never acknowledge what he's doing right? And men, guys, as tough as they may seem, they like to hear those words of encouragement from their wives, from their woman. They love to hear that. You know, yes, he did 5 things wrong. Yes, he forgot to take the trash out. Yes, he forgot to lock the door. He forgot to, whatever it may be. But he did remember to wash his dish. Babe, thank you for washing that dish. He did remember to put the kids to bed. Yeah, babe, you know, or he did remember to take them a bath. Yeah, babe, you took them a bath. Although you took them a bath, you didn't put them to bed, but thank you for taking them a bath. You know, acknowledging the good in your husband as well. Yes, we're supposed to point out the bad, but don't do that so much. Don't nag them so much to the point where they don't even want to come home. I know some men, guys, who don't want to go home, who don't like to. I know someone personally who dreads going home, who does not want to be home. And that's sad, because your home is supposed to be your safe space. You know, your home is supposed to be somewhere you go to unwind, to be free, you know. But some men out there, guys, they do not like going home. And our children, are you creating a nurturing environment for your children? And this is an area of my life that I am actually actively working on now. Giving my children the space or the freedom to express themselves. You know, coming out of a Haitian household, well, I can't even say that, because my parents allowed us to express ourselves. My parents did apologize to us, so I can't even say that. But usually in Haitian households, that's my son. Usually in Haitian households, they don't allow their children to speak up. They're right and the children is always wrong. And I'm trying to break that for my children. I want to allow my children to express themselves, to tell me how they feel. And if I did something wrong, if I spoke to my child, you know, a way that I should not have spoke, I am willing to apologize. And that is what I'm working on now. Because when you refrain your children from speaking up or expressing how they feel, that's gonna go into their adulthood. And when they become adults, they're going to take stuff from people. They're going to take BS from people. Because when they were kids, you didn't allow them to speak up. They're going to think that's normal. So when they get older, when someone does something to them that they don't like, you know what they're going to do? They're just going to take it. If they're in a relationship with a man or my son, a woman, and they don't like what's being done to them, they're just going to take it. And I don't want that. I want my children to be able to speak up for themselves. I want my children to be able to stand up for what they believe in. And that's what I'm trying to show them, teach them. And I'm trying to work on myself to allow them to do that. Create a space for them to express how they feel. To, you know, if they don't like something, to be able to say, Mommy, I don't like the way you did this, or I don't like you did that, without them being afraid that I'm gonna, you know, spank them, or, you know what I'm saying? Creating a nurturing environment for my children to be able to come speak to me, you know, to tell me if they're going through something at school. Tell me if they're, especially my oldest, or when they become of age in their teens, and, you know, your bodies, you start feeling, you know, certain things in your body, you start having feelings towards your opposite sex. I want my child to be able to come to me and tell me, Mommy this, Mommy that. But in order for them to do that, you need to create a nurturing environment for your children, not just for your husband, not for your spouse, but for your children as well, your family in general, you know? So with all that being said, are you a wise woman? Are you demonstrating those characteristics of a wise woman? Are you helping your husband? Are you there as a ear or as a voice of reason? You know, are you wasteful? Are you giving words of encouragement? Are you helping your partner, your children grow spiritually? Are your actions demonstrating a God-fearing woman? And now a foolish woman, a foolish woman, she destroys by her own efforts with her hands, her tongue, and her lack of interest. Okay? With her hands, once again, are you wasteful? Are you wasting your husband's hard-earned money? And I know it's our money, but for example, in my situation where it's my husband who works and I'm home with the kids, you know, am I wasting what he's making to support our family, to make sure we are good financially? Are you someone who is wasting that? You know, you gotta have are you the type of woman who every new bag that comes out, whether it be $1,000, $300, are you, no matter, you see your husband don't have it, but are you pressuring him to buy you that bag, that wig that costs $500, that new pair of shoes? And again, if you can afford it, go ahead, girl. But if you're someone who can't even afford to pay your bills, are you destroying your home, destroying your household with your hands? Okay? The next one, the tongue. The power of the tongue, what you speak with your tongue will come out in effect. And that's a big thing. Are you someone who is discouraging your husband? Are you someone who are talking badly to your children? There's some mothers that I know, the stuff they say to their children. Oh my gosh. You have as a mother, you have the power to curse and to bless your children. What you say with your tongue will more than likely happen to your children. Are you speaking negativity to your children? Or are you speaking positivity? Are you cursing your children? Are you cursing your husband? Are you nagging your husband? Are you encouraging him? Are you making poor choices? Are you mismanaging things in the household? Are you neglecting your responsibilities? That's a big one. As a mother, as a wife, we have responsibilities, especially for those who are blessed to be able to stay home and not work and take care of the home. Are you taking care of your family? Are you doing your responsibility? Are you making sure when your husband comes home, he has a home cooked meal? Are you making sure when your children come home, you don't just feed them junk, McDonald's every single day, Burger King every single day, junk food, but are you making sure your family are getting all their nutrients? That's very important because you're the person who takes care of your family's health. In my household, we started something completely new, guys. There's a lot of things I don't buy in my house. I don't even buy cereal anymore for my kids. Okay, because I know the effects of cereal. Call me what you want. I don't even buy cereal. Okay, the meat that we buy, we try to stay away from red meat. We only eat like white meat or fish, and it has to be grass fed. You know what I'm saying? I have incorporated more fruits and vegetables in my husband and my children's diet. We juice. I make juices for them, natural juices. I don't even buy juice at the store anymore. The only time my children eat like that type of stuff, let's say we go, like once in a while is okay. They're kids. You gotta let them enjoy their childhood every now and then. If we on vacation or something, we don't really follow. But when we're home, for the most part, I'm making sure my kids' health is on point. And that's your responsibility. You're the mother, the wife. You are supposed to take care of your family, even when it comes to their health. It's a big responsibility. It's a big thing. Are you just feeding your kids junk food? Are you giving them, no. All right. The foolish woman destroys. The foolish woman mismanages. The foolish woman breaks down. Okay. A wise woman builds their home. A foolish woman destroys. And not just talking about the physical house, not talking about the dwelling, but also the family, its well-being, its reputation, your family. That's a big thing for me. Okay. reputation, you know, making sure your husband is up to par, making sure your children are up to par, making sure, not because you care about what people think, no, but it's a, how do you say that word? I don't know how to say it in English, but in Creole, it's called, it's fierté, you know, for me to take care of my family, to make sure my family is good. You know what I'm saying? So are you building up your family, your household, or are you tearing down your household or breaking your household? Out of all the examples that we have given here today, what are you doing? Do you consider yourself a wise woman who builds their home, or do you consider yourself a foolish woman who is tearing down and breaking their home? And a lot of people don't know. A lot of us don't know, especially in my Haitian culture. Ou lever ou joindre, that's what you grew up knowing, doing, so that's what you know. A lot of women, to them, they feel like as long as they cook, as long as the house is clean, as long as you know, the man's laundry, the kids' laundry is done, that's all they have to do. But there's so much more. It's not just cooking every day. It's not just cleaning the house every day. That's part of it, you know, but that's not all. There's way more to it. I'm sorry, I'm speaking Creole. Women, we have a big responsibility. Big responsibility, okay? Are you building your home, or are you letting your home tear down? All right, guys, we're going to end this video right here. I hope you guys learned. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys took something out of it. Excuse me. If there's something that you want to add, you don't agree with, please leave a comment so we can discuss, so we can talk about it. I'm here to learn. You're here to learn. We're here to learn together. All right. So it's your girl, Shaquina Lewis. Bye.